Welcome back, everybody, to the Nosebleed Sports Podcast. I am Chris Witt, and with me, as always, is Mr. Adam Schmidt. Adam, let me see those headphones. How you doing today, brother?
Oh, perfectly prepared, as always.
We got going quick today, so you forgot to get the headphones plugged in.
We did.
The good thing is we have no other audio except our own voices, so we don't even really probably need headphones.
Yeah.
Except just to tell us when we're too far away from the microphone.
Yeah, that's a good call. Thank you on the assist again, because I'm always forgetting. But yeah, doing pretty well. And how about yourself as you're plugging my headphones in for me? Thank you.
I'm wonderful.
Excellent. We're back. We had a little, if you watched or listened last week, a little audio difference than you're used to, but we are back. And should be all fixed this week.
Yep.
So should be in good shape there. And we've got a busy show as we usually do.
100%. This is a good one. We've really only got one big sports item that we're going to be going over, and that's going to be baseball. We've obviously got our NFL picks, and then Mount Rushmore comedy. But let's get this thing kicked off right off the bat, man. Let's start off with the Reese's. You have had Reese's for months now. I feel like you just continue to get Reese's every single time we're doing this.
Well, I went nuts one week, a few weeks ago, and just got a whole bunch of different stuff. So why not?
All right, I'm excited to see what. Oh, also, the video might be a little different this week because we switched the camera around. Now we can't see ourselves, so no idea if it's working or not.
We don't know, but we're gonna see, and we're gonna see if it's reversed and if our T-shirts read the right way and all that. Before we start the Reese's, I have to give you your birthday gift. I told you last week you had one coming. It came the very next day after we did that. And here's the thing about this is once you open this, you're going to see. Go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead and do that first. You can open that, and then you'll have to decide how you want to handle this birthday gift throughout the podcast. You don't have to open it now, but you can while we're doing this, while we're talking. Totally up to you, or you can save it.
Okay. This is it says junk wax box.
You'll need a knife or something.
Okay, we're fine there. Junk wax box. Post your hits and tag us at junkwaxbox.com. Don't eat the gum. That means that this probably is going to have some old baseball cards in it. I'm thinking.
We'll have to see.
I'm hoping so.
We'll have to see.
I'm hoping so.
Pencil knife there.
Yeah, we got the old pencil knife out. Oh man, look at this. Holy cow. Subtel, man, this is nothing but basketball cards here. We've got Fleer 94-95. We've got football. We've got 1990 football. These are player photo cards. Fleer Premier Edition. 1991 Major League Baseball.
That's Score.
Oh, Score. Series 1 Score. What do we got here? We've got a 95-96 Topps basketball. John Stockton on there. Dude, there's a lot of cards here. NFL football, 1991 Upper Deck.
Oh, yes.
Dude, a 1990 Fleer. That's a good pack of cards.
I just like how the front of the card.
Yep. The wax pack. The wax pack. If you're watching, you can see each one of these, but if you're listening, I'll just explain them. Fleer 95-96 basketball. This is nice. One Flair hardwood leader per pack.
Hey,
yes, exactly. There's 4 limited edition insert series, and you get at least 1 per pack.
Nice.
Find Total D insert cards only in regular packs, and there's 4 unique card designs. Look for hot packs too. 11 NBA basketball cards in there. NBA baseball cards would be pretty slick. This is a Pro Set 1990.
Yes. I think if I'm
Pro Set.
Yeah, I think those are my favorite NFL cards ever. I think we had a bunch of them, my brother and I did, and those are my favorites if I'm thinking of the right ones.
So this might be one of my all-time favorite cards that ever came out. When Fleer came out with the Fleer Ultra, it was the very first like aluminum looking packaging, and I thought these were the coolest things in the entire world. Yeah. That's a Series 2. That could have some good that's got good rookie potential in it.
There you go.
All right. So what's your thoughts on this? I'm opening these while we do this.
Good.
Yeah.
We can just keep right on going as you're at your leisure, and you just if you get anything good, you gotta let us know.
Okay.
Now, so
I'm going to start with the 91 Score. Baseball.
So excited. And I don't want you to get your fingers messy on the cards, but we have this week the Reese's Crunchy Snack Cake.
Ooh, does this have the Rice Krispies or, oh no.
I don't think so. I think this is,
either.
so we've had the snack cake. This is the Crunchy Snack Cake. And I will start opening this while you open that.
Oh, Ryan Sandberg right off the top, baby. Right off the top is a Rhino. Oh, buddy. Oh, what a deck of cards. What a set of cards. Robbie Dibble for number 2 and Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly, number 3. Man, it doesn't get much better than that. How about a rookie Mike Bell?
Oh,
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Rondo, I don't know. Is Mike Bell dead?
Isn't that what's his name? Bell, Reds manager's brother that died.
That's a really good question. I have no idea.
I think he died not too long ago. R.I.P. Mike Bell or whoever I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that sucks. Rondo White. Oh, there's a Cecil or Cecil. What do you call him? Probably Cecil.
I think I always went Cecil, but I don't know.
I feel like Cecil's probably right though.
The All-Star card.
Cecil Fielder All-Star. We've got a Bobby Witt K-Man.
Hey, Uncle Bobby.
No relation. WITT. That's okay. See, that's what's great about these. The black ones, I loved these. When you get, oh, this is good. Who we got here? Neil Heaton, Kurt Young. Well, I could just do this for the entire. Oh, Mr. Perfect. He doesn't like being called that. I don't think either. Tom Browning.
He signed
that. That looks like a terrible delivery. Because they get final pick on their photos. I believe. I'm pretty sure. I feel like that is exactly what Tom Browning would pick because it looks the goofiest. Oh, how about a 1929 World Series trivia? You ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do this first. Mike Heath, Gary Templeton, Jack Morris, and Juan Beringer. All right. Okay. That's not a bad set of cards right there, bud.
That's okay.
Yeah. I feel like there's at least $1.50 worth of cards sitting there.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
In the year that those came out, 50 cents maybe a pack.
Yeah, and there's probably, there's good cards in there.
Yeah.
There's All-Stars, there's a Hall of Famer, there's all kinds of stuff. World Series trivia, 1929.
This was my year. I know everything about the World Series in 29.
Out of score. Is there where's the answer at? Okay, anyway.
Don't worry, I know the answer.
This is just, I don't know if this is, I'm just telling you a story, I think.
Oh.
All right, so the Athletics won the 1929 World Series 4-1, but it might have been a closer series if it wasn't for 2 innings that absolutely destroyed the Cubs. The A's had taken a quick 2-1 lead in the series by winning the first game 3-1 and the second 9-3. Then the Cubs rebounded by taking the third game 3-1 behind the pitching of Guy Bush. They were on their way toward tying up the series with an 8-0 lead at the top of the 7th inning of Game 4. Suddenly, the mighty A's struck. A total of 15 men came to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. 7 of them singled, 1 walked, 1 was hit by a pitch, 1 double, and 2 home runs. 10 runs scored, and the A's won 10-8. The Cubs still had a chance as they led 2-0 going into the bottom of the 9th in Game 5. But Mjolas hit a 2-run homer, and Bing Miller won the game 3-2 with a run-scoring double. Lightning strikes.
All of that was on that little tiny.
All of that is. Thank God you didn't have to read that because you would not have been able to.
No, I could not.
That's awesome. All right, so that's pack number 1. Let's get into the Reese's Crunch Time. I'll try not to get totally crazy. This is going to be so hard to open cards and not talk about the cards the entire time.
You can.
Okay. All right. This is our podcast. We can do what we want.
Do what we want. All right. So I'll tell you, initially, I've got one. So there are 2 bars in this pack, right? 2 snack cakes. I'll tell you initially, so I've eaten one.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, I don't remember exactly what the snack cake without the crunchy tasted like. But
so this is the crunchy snack cake.
That's right.
Okay. The snack cake was very soft. I remember it being very soft.
I think it was soft. I think you're right.
Soft baked chocolate cake topped with Reese's peanut butter and crunchy peanuts covered in smooth real milk chocolate. All right, continue. First impressions.
The snack cake with peanuts. I like it. I think I remember. I think you weren't a fan of the snack cake.
No, I don't think I was.
I think I liked it, but it wasn't like one of my top. This, you know what? I don't think this raises it up or down for me.
Really?
I think it's fine. I can take or leave the crunch. I normally am a soft without peanuts. Give me a cake thing without crunch. This is fine because it adds to the peanut flavor. It's the peanut butter plus the peanuts. It kind of enhances the peanut butter a little bit for me. What do you think?
It's got like the brownie
Yeah.
kind of taste to it. Anything that has peanuts in it, I normally don't like. There are very few things with peanuts that I like. I think Snickers might be the only candy that I like with peanuts in it. I'm ready to give my number. You ready?
Let me hear you.
2-4.
Wow.
This is something I'm not a fan of this.
You don't have to eat it all.
Oh, I'm not a fan of this.
Okay. All right. You don't have a peanut allergy, right?
Never have, never will.
I'm gonna go 5.5, which is very low for me. That might be my lowest score of all. I think that was our lowest score for any of these from both of us.
I think you're right.
All right. Well, there's that. So it's not my favorite, but I'm gonna finish it.
Good for you, because I'm not finishing that. This might be the first time I ever did not finish our Reese's segment.
Totally okay. Look, nobody bats 1,000. Okay.
It's impossible. It's impossible. You know, though, while we're on the topic, let's go. Fleer Premier Edition Football 1990 photo cards.
Yes. I mean, I just can't wait for the names here. I just cannot wait for the names. 90 football. That's probably when I was the most into football.
You think so?
Maybe.
So this is going to be the year after the Bengals were in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, that was 88. Sorry.
88, 89 Super Bowl, 88 season, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so this is going to be this is going to be 2 years after the Bengals were in the Super Bowl.
So you might get yourself a David Folger or Nicky Woods still.
Yeah, you got chances on that. But we're gonna start. I just want to know if we can. I'd be excited if we knew anyone in this.
We're gonna know so many of the guys in this.
All right, John Offerdahl.
Yeah.
Yep. Linebacker, Miami.
Yeah.
Eddie Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a position. I say the name. You give me a position.
Eddie Anderson's a kicker.
Defensive back. I almost said Las Vegas. I guess back. I don't know. I think it was Oakland then. Leonard Marshall.
Mm-hmm. Running back.
Defensive lineman, Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, bud. We've got a Hall of Famer. We've got a Hall of Famer, Rod Woodson.
Safety.
Defensive back. Henry Ellard.
Guard.
Wide receiver.
Yeah.
Scott Norwood.
Mm.
Holy cow. Scott Norwood.
Yeah, I do know Scott Norwood.
He's one of the most famous. He's the most famous person
from Norwood.
Any of the very first Buffalo Bills Super Bowl teams. The most famous person from that team.
Scott Norwood. I mean,
more famous than Jim Kelly, more famous than Thurman Thomas, more famous than Don Beebe, more famous than Bruce Smith. He's the kicker that pushed it. How about Thane Gash?
Yeah. Wide receiver.
Defensive back.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Lowry.
Point guard.
That sounds like a kicker. I got kickers coming out of the butt. Mike Kofor. I remember that. Mike Kofor, San Francisco.
All right.
How about Bruce Matthews?
Oh, D-line.
Yes, offensive line. You're getting closer. Big Darrell Grant. Oh, I might have gave it away. Big Darrell Grant.
Big Darrell Grant kicker, obviously.
Defensive line. Oh, boy. Set this bad boy off to the side. There's a Nicky Woods, my friends. There's a Nicky Woods, baby.
We call Nicky Woods.
And there's a Mr. John Elway. There's some good cards in here now. How about Leslie O'Neal, one of the best defensive linemen back then for the Chargers? And then Dwayne Bickett.
Rock Johnson. Indianapolis Colts. Defensive line.
Linebacker.
I had his starting lineup, believe it or not.
Why would you have his starting lineup?
I don't know. I think we would like it would be a special occasion if we got an A or something. We could go get a starting lineup. We went and got, for some reason, I don't know.
That's the one you got.
That's one of the times I got.
All right. Well, there you go. Since we're talking football, let's get into the football picks. Adam Schmidt, how did we do last week?
I made one correct pick and two incorrect, which brings me to 2-7 on the season.
Okay.
After last week, you, however, made one incorrect pick and two correct. Picks.
Takes the lead. Takes the lead, baby. And never is going to look back. That's the goal.
Just like last year, 3-6 now for you, 2-7 for me. So congrats to you on last week's win.
All right, that means I'm continuing off the top of the hat for next week. And this week I'm going to keep it going. This is Thursday. We're going off the Thursday spreads off ESPN app. I don't know why we use the ESPN app. We just always have. So we're always going to continue that. So let's kick this bad boy off. I'm gonna make this real easy. Let's go Browns Chargers. I'm taking Justin Herbert in Cleveland, laying 2.5. Chargers win by a field goal, half point. Half point's all I need right there, bub. And then let's take a look here at let's go Buccaneers Falcons. I'm gonna take the road dog on this one. I'm gonna take the Falcons plus 9.5. That's just too many points. 9.5. They've got to do something. 9.5. Both teams are 2-2. I'm running with that. I'm going to take the Falcons plus 9.5. And let's take. Oh man, I'll tell you what. That Cowboys Rams game is going to be a good game to watch.
And this is where you say,
I am touching this one. I'm taking this because I got a feeling. Ooh, this game is in LA. Right? Brand new stadium, giant, big stadium. However, the Cowboys are not afraid of that. And they've got a up and coming quarterback in somebody named Rush. And it doesn't matter what he does because that Cowboys defense is insane. And right now, Matt Stafford's arm is not right. Cowboys win this game. I say win it outright, but I'm also getting 5.5 points. I say the Cowboys at the money line, although we're not playing that. So give me Cowboys plus 5.5.
Okay. All right. You have the Chargers, Falcons, and Cowboys. I'm going to go down to New Orleans, and Seattle is a road dog there. And I'm going to go ahead and take Seattle. 5.5 is the spread. Give me Seattle in New Orleans. Houston is at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is I usually don't touch too many home favorites, but this time I'm going to. Jackson is a 7-point favorite against the Houston Texans. And for some reason, I'm going with Jacksonville. And then the third one, I had it written down. I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. We're going to have one similar there. I'm taking the Chargers as well. I think that's a nice pick.
I like it. That sounds good. I like all of them. Those all sound like great picks. When are the Bengals? They got another
Sunday night.
This Sunday night against the Ravens. That's going to be a great game. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
But to get us in the spirit of our next segment, Mr. Schmidt, I am going to open up out of this awesome pack of, what do they call this? What was it called? The junk box?
Junk wax box.
Junk wax box. Oh, wax. I get it now. Because of the wax paper. Although there's only a couple wax paper in there.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to open up the foil paper here, and it's going to be Major League Baseball. This is Fleer Ultra. The Fleer Ultra 92. And let's see what. Oh my God, I remember these cards like
these are nice.
I remember these cards like
vivid pictures on the back.
Yesterday, man. Oh, so crisp and oh man.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with Jim Lehrett's.
The gold stripe across the.
So good.
Oh, they're stuck together.
That's all right. You know that's a good card when they're stuck together. Little Willie Randolph. We love a little Willie Randolph. All right, come here now. What else you got? Oh, let's just go through. They're all. Oh, I see a couple rookies in here. We've got chances. I'm just looking in the top. There's 3. Whoa, 3 rookies in a row. All of them slightly together. Rookies are always good, man. If you're going to get a card in these old packs, you want to pull out a rookie. Oh, there's 4 rookies in here.
Wow.
4 total rookies. Well, so we started off with the Jim Lehretts, Willie Randolph, Dave Martinez, Reds outfielder.
Hey.
Reds outfielder playing first base in the picture. Gotta love that.
Of course.
Paul Miller. I don't know Paul Miller. How about Esteban Beltre?
Okay. Rookie.
That's actually a rookie card. I think that's Adrian Beltre the first time he came into the league, and then he retired and came back into the league as a young man again.
Yeah.
Ben Riviera, that's a rookie. Oh, we're striking out on the rookies so far. Give me something good here. Rafael Ramirez, rookie. That's a bum. Oh, that's not a rookie. Didn't I say there's 3 rookies in a row?
Yeah.
Oh, there was.
Three or
Paul
four.
Miller was. Paul Miller was. What a bummer. All right, Dave Hansen. All right, Dave Hansen. We're getting a little better. There's Barry Jones.
Wow.
Bob Tewksbury, baby. The old Bobby Tukes. Guy had a rubber arm. He could throw for days. Lance Blankenship. And last but not least, the rookie Rico Rossi.
That's the worst pack of baseball cards I've ever seen.
I mean, there's a Jim Lehretts and a Willie Randolph.
I mean, there's a Jim
I mean,
Lehretts.
there's a Jim Lehretts. He played on a World Series team.
Oh, wow. That's a very poor pack of cards.
All right, there you go. That's
All right.
that's number 3. Adam, let's talk though about what's going on in baseball because it is over. Let's first say congratulations to Albert Pujols.
Yes.
703,
I think.
3 or
3 or
4. Yeah, I mean the guy went on a little bit of a tear there once he hit 700 for the old man. But most importantly, right now, I think guy who he's been getting props on the, on certain on sports talk shows, on ESPN radio, things like that, and ESPN. But I just still don't feel like it's a lot going anywhere. Aaron Judge officially has hit more home runs than anybody has ever done in the American League. 62 home runs. He beats Roger Maris, another Yankee. So you got Ruth, then Maris, then now Judge.
Yeah.
And Ruth broke his own record like 4 times before he hit 60. So it's like Ruth, Maris, Judge. So cool, man. It's just so unbelievably cool. 62 home runs. You could just see it in his teammates' faces that everybody was relieved. He was so happy. They immediately escorted the guy who had the ball, escorted him out. They're already saying upwards of $2 million for that ball. Haven't heard anything about it. My guess is he's selling that son of a gun. I would. Listen, I'm all about giving people balls and stuff like that. But you talk $2 million, man. You're talking about some money that can change some lives, right? So I'm going to give Judge first op at it. You know what I mean? I'll give the Yankees actually probably be better to give the Yankees first opportunity at it, right?
That's
Yankees or baseball. I'd be like, look, here's the deal. They're saying 2. I'll sell it to you guys right now. 1.75. I'm gonna give you a deal. 1.75. Let's do it. You guys do what you feel is right with the ball. However, I was lucky enough to have this happen. It could change my family's life. I love baseball too much to sell it to some random billionaire. How about you guys? Tell me what you think. Or let's go 1.5 and lifetime season tickets in the lower deck somewhere nice,
or a suite or something like
a
that.
suite, yeah, lifetime something cool. So that's how I would do it. What would you do if you caught that ball? Would you just give it back to him for like a signed bat and a couple hats or something?
First of all, I got to say, I wanted to ask you that question, what you would do, because from what I heard, the guy hasn't said what he's going to do yet. I also heard a story about it was McGuire's either 62nd or 73rd or something like that, or 70th maybe. I think it was a 70th, something like that. And he didn't hit 73.
He hit 68, didn't he?
I think he hit 70. I think he hit.
Oh, he did.
You're right.
Bonds
at
at 74.
Yeah. But McGuire, I think it was the 70th. Guy had the ball. Just wanted to meet Mark McGuire. McGuire says so they offered him a signed bat, ball, and jersey.
Okay.
He said, okay, but I also want to meet Mark McGuire, and I'll give him the ball.
I want to give it to him personally. That's exactly what I would say. I want to shake his hand and give it to him personally.
Mark McGuire said, nah, not meeting you.
But Mark McGuire's a shot. Mark, that's the kind of guy. Mark McGuire's always been that way. Mark McGuire doesn't want to have anything to do with fans. That's a shame, man.
But I thought that was the thing about that time, that McGuire seemed to be like he was having fun, and I thought they really built up the McGuire is a good guy.
McGuire Sosa deal.
Yeah, and Sosa was even more. Sosa, in fact, like made McGuire a little like lighter and stuff because they were living that together, and Sosa was such
in
a
the
like
same
happy
division and playing each other constantly.
I remember the story about McGuire saying, Sammy is so like almost like Magic Johnson-esque, where he's just like the life of the room, and he's wants to be nice to everybody all the time. So it kind of like lightened McGuire up a little bit, but apparently not enough, because he wouldn't even meet the guy that got his home run ball. So the guy ended up selling it for a ton of money.
Good for him. Especially if guy pulls that one. Like if Judge is like, nope, don't even want to shake his hand. I could, well, nope. Man, I'm gone in a heartbeat. See ya.
I'm selling it to the Red Sox.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So, but
I watch them burn it.
I did want to say, I'm very surprised. I thought you were an automatic. I give it back to the guy. No questions asked. I don't want anything.
I'm give him first dibs at it, but you're talking about something big. I mean, if you're talking like somebody's like, I'm going to give you that ball's worth $150,000. That doesn't really change my life, right? It's nice. That's a huge chunk of change. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't change your life. And I'm not even saying $2 million in the grand scheme of your whole life maybe doesn't. Yeah, it does. It does change it. It does, because that's many, many years of working. You know what I mean? That now your retirement set, that goes straight to retirement. I can retire when I want to. I don't have to worry about saving money and all this other stuff. I can continue to work, but I know I've got a nest egg. I can be done. I can get me a little place out in, Boca Raton or somewhere like that. Oh, that's the first place that came to my head was Boca Raton.
Boca Raton with a Brooklyn accent.
I don't know why, but anyway, yeah, no, man, that's different, dude. Talking totally different.
I am surprised by what you said you would do with the ball. Not disappointed though, because you're 100% right. I didn't even think you have a family. You have 3 kids and a wife.
Yeah.
That makes total sense to me.
I think differently now for sure than I did, 15, 20 years
25-year-old Chris or 23-year-old Chris.
Totally different guys.
Yeah. Sure. You're giving that thing back. So
I just want to hang out I'd be like, look, dude, you're mine for a week. Like I'm chilling. I'm gonna be in the dugout during the Yankees playoff games, right? Like I'm making this, like, this is gonna be the sweetest damn thing that's ever happened. I'm taking BP with the team before the game. I'm taking infield practice. I'm at every practice. I'm making this thing huge.
And I get to wear Reds gear the whole time.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I get to
wear my Red Sox hat.
I was gonna say back then it would be I'm wearing Red Sox gear the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I thought to myself, yeah, I'm giving that ball back. That's his ball. It's to him. It's important to him. You can tell. It's I don't know.
Give him an opportunity. Give him an opportunity. The man just bet on himself. He's about to make a buttload of money.
I was going to say, he probably, you never know. You might just be like, I'm hoping to be like such a nice guy and give this back that he like offers me something big for it like that.
Yeah.
But it might not. That could bite you.
No chance.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting anything like that.
So on second thought, since what you said makes so much sense, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure what I would do. I think I would offer it back to him and just really, really hope that he wants to give me something big for it. Anyway, on to the actual games though. Let's just run down real quick and just kind of throw who you think out. If you want to give some reason or something, that's fine. If not, we can just throw out who we think, and we can go back at the end of the postseason and say, hey, this is what we had. And how right or wrong were we?
Real quick, 91 Upper Deck football. I've never opened a pack of Upper Deck football cards. I love that they still have the diamond up in the top left corner, and it's a football card.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about Clay Matthews? How about Clay Matthews in 91?
Clay Matthews.
Did Clay Matthews' dad play football too?
Yeah.
Oh, he did? So this is Clay Matthews' dad then.
Yeah.
He had the long hair too. Wonder if he talked like him. Sean Collins. Anyway, let's go. Let's talk about it. If I get something good, John Roper, Courtney Hall, nothing good. Oh, Mike Saxon. Look at that punter pumped up. That was like a
Whoa.
50-yard punt right there.
I mean, he's got like a regular size shirt.
Uh-oh. We got a collector's choice, Troy Aikman.
Collector's choice cards are so awesome.
Yes, they are. That
God,
is
I
such a
love this.
terrible sketch,
It's a bad
though.
sketch.
Could have been
I-
so
I-
much better.
I did always like the drawn cards.
Yes, you gotta love the color. Yeah, like the
Yeah,
Diamond,
Diamond
Kings and
Kings.
stuff like that. But this is definitely not Diamond Kings esque. How about the rookie Mike Dumas, safety? Dumas, dumbass or Dumas?
I would say probably
Missing an
second one.
S, missing an S. So probably just Dumas. It's a good thing he was a good football player. He got made fun of. How about the season leader Warren Moon?
Oh,
Yeah,
CFL
362 yards. You know, Ed, what did he lead in here? Oh, he led in. What are we showing that he led in? Yards. This is what it's going by, yards. You know, had the second most yards that year?
Boomer size.
Old Jim Everett.
Jim Everett.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Ron Heller.
Okay.
No idea who that is.
Backwards card.
Oh, gotta love the Sammy Smith on the backside. Little Barry Sanders-esque in the picture, right?
I would say Larry Zonka-esque.
Oh, really?
With Miami.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, I get you. Stephen Baker and oh my God, we've got the aerial threats. Ooh, I don't know who they're. Steve DeBerg and Stephon Page, baby. The aerial threats.
That's Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City. It's exactly right. Well done. All right. So what's our very first? What's the first postseason matchup for baseball?
Let's start in the American League in a wild card series. Tampa Bay and Cleveland. Who do you like? Tampa Bay, Cleveland.
Tampa Bay, Cleveland. I'll tell you what, man. You know, I'm in Columbus and Toledo and all over the place, way up north, way around in Cleveland. Nobody is really talking about these guys, but that McKenzie kid, that young kid, he is a stud.
Yeah.
You give him the ball, you win. Give him the ball, you win. He's fun to watch. Young, the ball moves so much out of his hand, but one player can't win you a 3-game series is the problem. He's only going to pitch once.
But they also have Shane Bieber.
They have Shane Bieber. They've got a good staff, and they have a guy who probably is going to. Well, he may not. Yeah, he's probably going to finish somewhere in the National League MVP voting, and Jose Ramirez, who had an absolutely crazy year this year. So, Tampa Bay's Tampa Bay. They've been on fire for the last 3-4 years. I'm putting this one. Let's go Cleveland, man. I'm gonna take Cleveland. It's gonna take all 3 games, but I'm gonna take Cleveland.
All 3 games. Okay. I love Terry. Any Terry Francona team, I love.
Yeah.
Jose Ramirez, obviously MVP candidate. What surprised me that I didn't realize until I was looking at this earlier, Cleveland is the youngest team in baseball.
Really?
The youngest team in baseball.
That's scary. That's scary for the rest of baseball.
Now,
just so you know, 95-96 tops basketball
Here we
is
go,
about to be
basketball.
open. Continue.
So the thing about this specific box, they have like themed boxes every month.
Mm-hmm.
And you can, so this specific one is like mid 90s. So every time you get one of these boxes, it's like late 80s to early 90s in that era.
Okay.
This one specifically went mid 90s basketball. That was interesting.
Okay. Even though I've got a 1990 Fleer, but I'll take
just the basketball.
Oh, just the basketball is
just
okay. So
basketball
you ready? Are you ready for the pack?
I'm so ready.
So here's the deal. Like we have always been basketball and baseball guys. So you go in the 90s, the Bengals weren't any good. I wasn't paying attention to football at all. So here we go. We're gonna.
But you'll get a Marion Butts or a Lawrence Taylor.
Sure, yeah, somebody.
Yeah, Christian Okoye.
You
or
get
somebody
somebody that was on Tecmo Super Bowl, and you're happy.
If you get a Bo Jackson in there,
That'd be insane.
I'm gonna leave.
Low vote. I'm gonna call him low vote, even though it's probably Loy Vaught.
Loy Vaught. Yeah.
I'm gonna call this dude low vote.
Okay. We played basketball with a low.
Yeah. Yes, we did. We did play with Low and Button. That's right. Low and Button. This is my God. First, never mind. Clyde the Glide Drexler.
Oh, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, baby. We got a Hall of Famer. Holy cow. It's a 1995 NBA draft redemption card I could possibly get to go to the 1995 draft. Number 4 of 29. I think that if I would have filled this out, I could have gone to the 1995 draft. I could have been one of 29 people. So they did not have all 29 of the people there. Unfortunately, I didn't open this card back then. NBA basketball. This is just
a checklist.
Yep, we got a checklist.
Oh,
These were the worst.
2 bad cards in a row.
Chucky Persons.
Okay.
All right, that's not bad. We got a ball player there. Who we got here? Little Wesley Person. We got a Chuck Person and a Wesley Person.
People all over.
Yeah, there's people all over. Otis Thorpe. That's not terrible.
Otis
not terrible.
Nice. Like a 20-year career there, I think.
Big Dale Ellis.
Oh, shooter. Oh my God, could he shoot?
Old Dale Ellis. Little Adam Keefe. Little jazz action. Oh, we've got a block leader. We have 2 league leaders here.
Yes.
2 league leaders. Hakeem Olajuwon.
Oh.
And John Stockton, Adams' all-time favorite.
God. My favorite center and my favorite point guard of all time. 2 in a row.
2 in a row. And go ahead and throw guy who probably could have been at one point one of the greatest small forwards to ever live, but just injuries and his ankle killed him. Mr. Grant Hill.
Just had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're not kidding. 10-5. Like literally yesterday was Grant Hill's birthday.
Yeah.
He's the only child of 2 only children.
I mean,
how about that?
And
I didn't understand that when I first said it.
He and David Robinson, probably the 2 nicest basketball players to ever play. Just,
more than likely.
It seems like the nicest.
There's a couple plastic cards in here. The plastic worthy cards in here.
Yeah.
I got there's a few plastic worthy cards.
You need to get that Dream and that Stockton.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you pick Cleveland in that. I'm gonna go ahead with Tampa Bay. Just for the fact that Cleveland, Tampa Bay is probably a very young team too, but they have actually sort of had a little bit of a core for the last 2-3 years. So just going with them, it's kind of a fun pick for me. Let's go down to Seattle and Toronto.
This is easy for me. I love this young Rodriguez kid for Seattle. I want Seattle. I mean, there's still that junior feeling. I'll always have that love for junior and that whole Seattle vibe. Just every time I see the teal and navy uniforms, it just brings me to that. Was it 96, 97, whenever that was, when Griffey runs around, comes home, slides into home, and everybody's on him and he's on the ground, the Griffey smile, and it just brings me to that. I got to go. The last time the Seattle Mariners were in the playoffs. Could this be right? Yeah, I think. No, I could. It's got to be. No. Yeah. The last time, my head's going all over because I got to think of it. The last time the Mariners were in the playoffs, they had a Rookie of the Year in Ichiro Suzuki.
2001.
And in this year, they will more than likely have the Rookie of the Year in the American League in Julio Rodriguez, J-Rod.
Yeah, that kid, he's the first or one of 3 or something like that to have a 25-25 in his rookie year. So hits for power, steals bases.
It's unbelievable. Love it. I love this kid. Had him on my fantasy team.
Nice. I think I want to root for Seattle because, by the way, starting game 1 for Seattle is our man Luis Castillo.
Oh, nice.
But against Toronto's best, Alek Manoah, who's been great, only his second year in the league, big, huge dude that throws really hard. But it's also really hard though to root against Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, that bloodline team,
baby. You love
especially
the bloodline. Yeah, the bloodline. Get a little WWE in here, right? Roman Reigns and Jay Uso. I see you, Jimmy Uso.
And by the way, Seattle is Reds West. Jesse Winker 100%. And Eugenio Suarez. So I think for that reason, because they have so many of the recent Reds, I'm rooting for Seattle there. I'm just going to go ahead and pick them.
All right.
Yep.
Sounds good. Get to this next one because I've got 94-95 Fleer Basketball Series 2 ready to go.
Staying in the wild card, we're going Phillies Cardinals. What do you like?
Ooh, Phillies Cardinals. Bro, I love nostalgia. I love storylines. I love all that stuff when it comes to big things. I love tearing up, watching things happen to good people. I love that. I love it. Albert Pujols, brother. I'm taking. I hate the Cardinals, but I'm taking the Cardinals in the World Series this year.
Oh, okay.
I want Albert Pujols to get a chip. His last year, 700 home. Like, you can't go out any better than that. Yeah. That is a made for TV something.
And the third best catcher of all time.
100%.
Same deal.
100%. Who you're first to?
Bench and Pudge.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Well, okay, four because Benito Santiago, Charles Johnson, and Bo Diaz. So he's what, 6 now or something like that.
He just keeps going. He just keeps. Sorry, well, let's just stop now.
Let's go. Padres and Mets.
Pods Mets. Okay, this is easy for me. My boy loves Fernando Tatis Jr. We had the talk when Tatis got suspended. He's got a Tatis Jr. T-shirt. What's his name?
I want to get a Tatis tattoo.
I always forget his name. I always forget the other guy. Manny Machado. I keep wanting to call him Miguel Cabrera. I always want to call him Miguel Cabrera. Manny Machado is still going, or is he out for the year? I don't even know.
No, I think he's still there.
All right, so they've got a couple good horses. They're good, but I don't feel like this is their year. The Mets they're as good as any team can be. And if it wasn't for the fact that the hottest team in baseball and the former World Series winners were not in their division, then they might be the second or third best team in baseball. But the Braves are in their division, so they have to play in this wild card, whatever you want to call this 3-game thing that they're doing now, which I love way better than the 1 game.
Thank you. I thought you were the opposite. But I love it too.
You thought I liked the 1 game. I talk about how much I love the 1 game for so long.
I know, but I thought it was just adding more games.
I don't care. I don't care to add more games. Dude, it's more. You kidding me? Add 1,000 games.
Right.
I don't care about that at all.
You never liked the 1 game for sure.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. Real quick before we get to the next one, I'm gonna start off. The very first card of the pack is a Young Lion insert.
Young Lion.
I don't know if this feller was a rookie at this point, but despite missing 22 games due to injury and playing with an ankle and calf, Zoe finished as the Hornets' leading scorer. Mr. Charlotte Hornet, Alonzo Mourning.
Nice.
Jalen Rose, baby.
Yes.
Mr. Michigan himself, Detroit, with the Nuggets. Greg Foster. Zero clue who Greg Foster is, and this is 94. This is the year in between. This is the tweener year for Jordan, right? 94, 95.
Yes.
Yeah. So nobody knows who Greg Foster is.
He came back in that
year. He played for whatever half the season. They didn't make the playoffs, right? They made
the playoffs. They lost to Orlando. For second round.
Greg Foster wasn't on the team any. Greg Foster is the person who he took his spot on the roster. Rick Mahorn. Oh, what a picture here.
Bad boy.
This might be the greatest picture ever. This dude has this card of himself framed in a 75 by 110 photo frame.
Okay.
Jim McIlvaine.
Oh, Jim McIlvaine.
McIlvaine. How about the picture? He's grunting on the dunk. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Good old Jim McIlvaine. Mickle.
I think I had a box of these.
Oh, dude, these are so great. Jaren Jackson. I like these cards. It's hard to read the names on some of them. Khaled Reeves with the Heat. I don't know Khaled Reeves.
He played at Arizona.
Lamont Murray. We've got, so great. We've got a Will Purdue.
Hey.
Doesn't get much better than that, boys.
Big Willie style.
Chris Dudley. Another good one. Not of the Dudley brothers. How about this? Another Grant Hill. Nice. Another Grant Hill. He's a Hall of Famer. He is a Hall of Famer. Cliff Levingston to end it out. All right, Adam, what is our next series?
Cliff Levingston coached a semi-pro basketball team against the team that I was working for just like 4 months ago.
Really?
I saw him.
Wow, how cool is that?
I don't know. It wasn't that cool.
Did you ask
no,
for his autograph? I could have gave you a card to
I
get
did
it
not.
signed by him.
I probably have
400 of
50,
them.
Yeah, Cliff Livingston's. Okay, I'm going Mets. By the way,
You
in that Mets
coached
Padres.
against him. That doesn't make you
I
feel
didn't.
pretty
Well,
good.
I didn't
You
coach against
coached.
him in that league.
Oh,
I was doing stats in that game.
okay.
But I was sitting at the scores table. He kept walking back and forth. Seems like a very nice guy, by the way.
I like it.
Let's go into. So you picked Cleveland, and they would play the Yankees in that ALDS game.
Okay. Yep. And the Yankees is the Aaron Judge. We talked about that. How awesome that is. Good for him, man.
You're going Yankees in that.
I'm taking Yankees in that. Yeah.
Okay. Then you have. I think we both took Seattle. They would play Houston.
Yeah. I'm taking Houston in that. That's the obvious. It's the obvious. And that's a young team over there in Seattle. They'll be back.
Yeah.
That famous last words.
Yeah. Okay. In the National League, then, if the Cardinals win, like we're hoping for Albert, they have to play what you just mentioned was the hottest team in baseball, and that's the Atlanta Braves.
Let's do it, baby. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Cards. You'll never hear me say that ever again, but let's go, Cardinals.
I totally feel the same sentiment you do, but the
also-
Braves are also my second favorite National League team.
Yeah, I love the Braves, man. They got a fun team to watch.
It's crazy to think how good they are without Freddie Freeman.
Ronald Acuna Jr., pimping bombs, pimping nukes, doing it, all day, every day.
Sorry. Okay, so let's go down to the LA Dodgers and who cares? Because no, the LA Dodgers and the Mets. I mean, the Mets.
The Mets are so good.
They
dude.
are so
the
good.
Mets are so good.
And here's the thing.
But you can't beat the Dodgers.
Here's the thing. If I just tell you Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer
back to back, that would be would that not be one of the greatest games to watch? Those two against each other?
Those two against each other. Yes. Yeah. Those two against each other. And sure, they probably, they did a bunch of times because Scherzer was in Washington, right?
But in a playoff game?
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about the Bulldog, Max Scherzer, and the greatest pitcher of this current generation in Jacob deGrom.
Yeah.
That's insane, dude. Like you're talking about the Kurt Schilling of this generation, the guy that if you've got a playoff game, he's the one who's on the mound. There is no one else you want on the mound. Versus
Jacob deGrom.
Versus the Roger Clemens of this era. Just the best pitcher of this era. I would love to see that.
Yeah. Well, lucky for the Mets, they team up. So I'm sure they'll go games. Well, it depends on how their series against San Diego goes, depending on. So as a matter of fact, they most likely won't be able to go in the early part of that Dodgers series because they'll go 1-2, I'm sure, against the Padres. So especially for that reason, I'm going Dodgers here.
No, but they could still come back and pitch. They could still, let's say that series goes 3 games. Let's say it goes 3 games.
The Padres,
the Mets Padres isn't going to go 3 games. It's going to be a 2-game series.
Yu Darvish and Blake Snell, I'm assuming.
Okay, if they go, both of those are good. Let's just say they sneak one out. Yeah, let's say they sneak one out and Mets win. That's games 1 and 2. 1 game in between game 3, so that's 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got game 1. And then they start going. So they'll play game 2 and game 3. They'll pitch in game 2 and game 3 of the Dodgers series. If they pitch game 1, game 2 of the Padres series, then you have an off day. And then there's game 3. And then they play. Because there's 4 days. If you go 3 games, there'll be 4. I'm pretty sure that you have to look at it, but I'm 99% sure that it could be a 4-day break if there's a 3-game series.
If that's the case, then I think you're right. So they'll go, let's see, 7, 8, 9. I think
Or is it 3 days in a row?
Yeah, I think
or is it just
the wild card?
It looks like there's no back and forth. You just
October
all 3
7, 8,
games,
9.
all 3 games are in the same place.
They are.
All right, so 3 games. So let's say game 1, game 2, game 3, and then you immediately got to play game 4 somewhere else. You don't get a day in between. Is that right? What would happen? Does it show that next? It's not going to show that.
Yeah. No.
Is there a game break? Because they're going to have to travel. Whoever wins these games is going
Well,
to have to travel
actually,
to go play the Dodgers.
So yeah, it would be. Yeah, games 1 and 2 would be in LA, and then a day break to go back to.
Yeah, but do you
New
get a
York.
day break before you come to LA?
Oh yeah, yes.
So it's 3 games. So there is 4 days. There is four days. So it's the same thing. You just depend on where that day break is, right? So it's game 1, game 2, game 3, day break. Okay.
And
So you pitch game 1. Let's say you pitch game 1. You pitch every 5 days, right? So
well, not in the playoffs. You might pitch 4.
right. So I mean, they could potentially, you potentially could get pitch game 1, game 2 with those guys. So that's 1, 2, 3 days rest. Boom. He's pitching on 4 days. He's pitching on 3 days rest. They pitch on 3 days rest. You could go 1 and 2 DeGrom and Scherzer
Or
against one of the 19,000 unbelievable starters that the Dodgers have. This is the worst radio I've ever done. With radio podcast, nobody wants to hear me counting out loud and looking at fingers. In my head, it's all making sense, but I know it's not making sense coming out of my mouth.
The best part about the baseball playoffs to me are the pitching matchups because you're going to get the very best ones in almost every game.
I just wish I could see those 2 pitch against each other one day. That would be so great in a playoff game.
Okay, so
sorry,
we have no, you're okay. So you're taking the Dodgers?
I'm taking the Mets.
You're taking the Mets.
Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets, baby. Come on, babe. Let's go.
Wow. Okay.
Mets and Cardinals.
Speaking of that, who do you take? Mets, Cardinals for the National League
Championship. I already told you, man.
Yeah.
Albert's winning the chip. Albert's getting one last World Series ring. He'll be down on the field in the plain clothes next year to accept his ring. 100%.
In that case, who are you taking in the American League? You have the Yankees or the Houston Astros?
You know what? Let's have fun with it. I'm pretty sure that the Yankees won the was it 21 when he hit 60 when he hit 61. When Ruth hit 61 and they won the World Series, and I believe in 61 Maris hit 27, that's right. And then Maris won the World Series in 61 too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going with Aaron Judge in the Yankees. I could be wrong about those, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went down.
All right. So you're going Yankees, Cardinals in the World Series with the Cardinals winning.
That's right.
Wow. All right. You like home runs, I'll tell you. The Yankees, by the way, hit more home runs than any other team this season, and teams.
And the Yankees did win the 61 World Series
against the Reds. Am I mistaken?
61.
While you're looking at that,
yeah, 4-1.
Yeah, the Yankees. So the Yankees hit the most home runs of anybody in baseball this year, and last year's playoffs, the team that out-homered their opponent won. Those cards are.
Cut myself on. I picked a scab or something here. I'm bleeding out. I'm bleeding like a stuck hog out here on my calf. Wipe this thing down. All right, continue.
Anyway, 27-2, I think it was. The record for teams who out-homered their opponent in last year's playoffs. Does that matter this year? No, not at all. But I saw it a little bit before I came here, and I had to say it.
So you're going
like it made something. I am going to go Houston because they've just been the most dominant team by far in the American League all year. And I'm going with the Dodgers because they've been the most dominant team in all of baseball all year. The Dodgers scored the most runs in Major League Baseball and gave up the fewest runs in Major League Baseball. And it's the 5th consecutive year they've done that. They've done both of those things in the National League, which is a record. They're too good offensively and defensively and pitching, bullpen, starters, everything. And I'm taking the Dodgers to win. I'm just taking them to win. And this time, Justin Turner is not going to be out there in the celebration with confirmed COVID.
He might have confirmed COVID and still be out there.
He might. Now it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because you do whatever you want.
2 years ago it did. Or maybe it didn't. Anyway, okay. You have, look, we're both taking National League teams. I'm taking the Dodgers. You're taking the Cardinals. I would love for you to be right because if Pujols won, I'm totally rooting for Albert Pujols to win a championship in his last year.
1990. Before we continue past that, because that's the end of what we got for baseball. We got 1990 Pro Set NFL football cards.
Can I see these real quick? Just
Yeah. Simple. This is the official card of the NFL, and it's very simple, straight cardboard cut, normalcy.
My favorite. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Go ahead.
Favorite football card I think ever is this year's Barry Sanders. I have it somewhere, and
that's cool.
I think it's my favorite. My favorite football card.
I like that. All right. So here's what we're going to do real quick, brother. We have a playbook for 2 ways to win with the NFL. You could win a trip to the Pro Bowl and NFL memorabilia, or you could score points towards free NFL merchandise. 4th in a series of NFL play. Here we go. So here's how it's going to work. The more points you collect, the more valuable your merchandise. Rub off to see your points. I'm going to scratch off. We're going to see what kind of points, but I don't think that's the scratch. I think the scratch off's so old that it doesn't even scratch. Holy cow, it's not even scratching.
It is petrified to the.
Holy cow, that's insane. You can't scratch off the scratch off stuff.
That's the version of their gum. You can't.
It really isn't. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
We're coming.
fingernail.
We're coming.
Just using a power cord to scratch it.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes here on the Nosebleeds podcast. It's not easy to get off, but they're coming. Here's what I got here, buddy. I've got an extra point. You know how much that's worth.
Hey, that's one.
Come on,
91 Pro Bowl.
God, I would love to go to the 91 Pro Bowl right now. That would be so much fun. Jim Kelly, Boomer Esiason.
Sure.
An incomplete pass. That was for an exclusive offer from the NFL. We got 1 point, fellas.
Speaking of Jim Kelly.
Yeah. Incomplete pass. 2. Oh, no, this is the Giants. Mark Bavaro. 1990 Pro Bowl Randall Cunningham.
Hey, his starting lineup too.
And we have, this is, I love the Saints card just makes it look like it should be special because it's gold.
Cool. Yeah.
Jim Dombrowski. We've got another Pro Bowler in John Taylor. I hate John Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Tim Crumry shoving somebody down into the dirt. Big Tim Crumry.
Is his leg intact there?
His leg is, no, it had already been broken at that point.
That's true.
I don't know. The picture, this is 1990 card. So the picture was probably taken in early 89, which means, that maybe this game would have been before the Super Bowl. Maybe
pre-broken leg, Jim.
Doubt it though. Tom Mandrich. We got a Max Montoya, baby. Hey. Whoa, with the Raiders.
Yes, sir.
After years with the Cincinnati Bengals. Brent Williams with the Patriots. We've got a Mark Jackson, the wide receiver. Mark Jackson, also probably known best for
being the point guard of the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers.
Being the guy who always did the NFL stuff with Boomer, with Chris Berman.
Mama, there goes that man.
Yeah, there you go. Mark Jackson was always with him. Sean Jones with the Oilers. We got a Pat Terrell, a Reggie Cobb. He suck. Eric and Delesk. We've got an Allen Weingart. Oh my gosh, we've got an MVP Super Bowl #2 Bart Starr. That's a sweet card. I really like that card. It's like got the watercolor kind of look to it. I kind of like that. That's nice.
Okay.
All right, we're moving along. We've got 2 packs of cards left, brother, and we've got 2 segments left. So let's get kick started with the Mount Rushmore to get us going. What do we got for a Mount Rushmore this week, Adam? It was your turn to pick.
This was items. I wish I couldn't claim this one, but this was items that you would most want to survive, like on a deserted island.
I like it.
Or
I like this.
Deserted place,
right.
Wherever.
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to go first? You were very confident.
I'll go first. Yeah, I'll go first. I want you to go first for Jo Koy because you already made it very clear yesterday that you feel like a million people should be at the forum before Jo Koy is, and I'm interested to hear how you really thought about this. Okay. So let's go. I'm going to start this off with. A hatchet.
Yeah.
Hatchet can help in so many ways. It can get you sticks for kindling. It can get you log. You cut small trees down to make sure you got some firewood. You got or hack up some firewood that's already been fallen to make it smaller. You've got a spear. You can chill out the top of a something to make a pointy edge and stick it in the ground or into a hog. And then I'm going to go with a lighter because I don't know how to start a fire. So I got to have a lighter. That's a must. I don't care what the lighter is, but no matches. Give me a lighter. I don't want matches because if you're on a deserted island, it's a good chance it's windy. The beach is always windy. I don't want matches. Give me a lighter. And then I want a fishing pole. Can I take a fishing pole? Does that count?
I'll give you a fishing
Give
pole.
me a fishing pole. I mean, I can break it down and make it a little smaller to fit in a bag. We kind of had this conversation. Can I use fishing pole?
Yeah, as long as you're in a place with water. Yeah.
Well, it's a deserted island, you said.
I did say island.
If it's a deserted island, then I'm 100% somewhere where there's some water.
You got some water. Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go with the fishing pole. And then last but not least, I don't like sleeping on rocks, brother. I'm bringing a sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That makes
sleeping
sense.
bag, fishing pole, lighter, and hatchet.
Because sleeping bag is not just a thing to sleep on, but it's a blanket that could save you in a very cold overnight.
Exactly. I mean, if maybe my lighter has run out of juice.
Yeah. Lighter juice.
If you run out of lighter juice, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you are. All right. We're gonna be similar on some of these. So I'm going first with you said hatchet. Anything along that line, a
Knife,
machete, really good knife, something like that. Hatchet for getting wood for fire and for building a shelter. You got to cut some stuff up and build a shelter.
Yep.
If you're going to be there for a while. Also could help you if you do catch a fish. If you kill an animal or something, you got to skin that thing, cut it up, and figure out how to cook it up on that fire.
I'd love to see you attempting to cook your own food and to skin it and descale and all that. So I'd love to see you go after something like that.
Yeah. You never will unless I get into this situation.
Right. And that's when hopefully I'm on this deserted island with you.
I if there's anybody I'd be wanting to get stuck with, it's you, pal.
I like it. So well said. Ditto to
that. Okay. So, and also, by the way, I'm saying that as a tool / weapon. So I put weapon actually, and I first put gun, but I don't really even think, I mean, that would make it easy to kill something, but
you only have so much ammunition.
You also, if you just have a gun instead of a hatchet, a knife or whatever, then it's limiting to what you can use that for.
Mm-hmm.
You can kill the thing and skin it and cut some wood with all the same.
Gotta go that way. Oh boy, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm attempting to open the Fleer 95-96 basketball, second last pack, and the pack itself is stuck to the cards. So I'm peeling away the pack right now from the cards.
Oh boy.
So continue.
Okay. Excuse me. Also, something to start a fire. I put, flint, lighter, waterproof matches.
I'd be fine with flint. Flint would be fine. I could do flint with the hatchet. I could do flint and hatchet, but I would prefer a lighter.
Sure. So we're the same on that. Now, I have 3 things here that could be my other 2. I have this is going to sound silly, but a sharpener for whatever hatchet, machete thing I have.
Okay.
If I'm there a while and I cut up a bunch of wood, that thing's going to be super dull pretty quickly, I think.
Sure. Okay.
At some point, it's just going to be a blunt object.
I'm with you. You don't think you can find a rock out there that you can spit on, just knock the burrs down a little bit on the edge of the edge of it? That's what I'm going to use. I'm just going to, most of what you're going to have is just a little nick or knock, and you just finally shape that thing down.
You're a much smarter survivalist than I am already. So I'll say I won't use that one, and I'll go, I put flashlight.
Flashlight. That's a good one. I like that.
Light when it gets dark. I think that could end up being important.
Okay.
You
I
know what
like
I
it. My light is just going to be the fire that I made.
Yeah, but that's not mobile.
It's not mobile, and you can't see fur distance with it.
Right.
Fur peck.
I think I'll go flashlight, and then for the last one, this is also sounds really dumb too, but some sort of heatable container. If I have a pot, a metal cup or something
Okay.
that I can, if the water
Instead of
is not drinkable,
instead of like cooking something. Oh, I gotcha.
then you have to boil it, kill
Yeah.
some stuff out of the water. That's drinking water is the number one most important thing, and then food and shelter.
Sure.
So and then to have something to put in or on, if you kill something and you put it over the fire, it would help to also have something to put that in. Not completely necessary if you can figure out how to like tie it up to a little stick or something like that over the fire. But so I'm going the weapon / knife for cutting things up. I'm going the fire starter. I'll go flashlight, and I'm gonna go. I mean, I was really bad at this. I'll go just some kind of container so that I can heat water and cook some stuff up in.
All right. I like it. That's good.
You have to eat.
I like it.
So I've watched survival shows and they're really fun. Have you watched Alone? We talked about this.
I've never seen Alone. No.
Alone's really good. It's very popular on Netflix
Is that
now.
a Bear Grylls thing?
No. Alone is a true to life. They use like, I think there's like 6 seasons of it now or something, or maybe more. There's like 10, 12 people, something like that, maybe more. They send them out to remote locations by themselves. There's not a camera crew. They have their own cameras, completely alone in the middle of the wilderness. And they get to take 3 things or something like that. They are there. They're all competing against each other, but they're in the same situation, but not in a close enough place to be able to meet each other.
Okay.
But they all have to survive in the same sort of thing. It's indefinite. The last person standing wins.
So how do you get out if there's nobody there? You got something you can like page them to get you out of.
Yeah.
Okay.
They keep an eye on your medical,
they know what you're doing.
They know what you're doing, but they won't come unless they can see that you are in trouble medically or that you page them and say, I'm done.
Yeah.
It's a really cool show.
Man, what's the longest anybody ever did?
I don't know for sure. I've only watched 1 season.
Oh, okay.
But it was like, I forget. I don't even remember. It was months. It was a long time.
Good for them.
It's a long time. Yeah, completely by yourself. There were bears where they were the season I looked. There was a mountain lion. There was and you have to figure out what kind, if you're bringing a weapon or if you're going to make, these are all survivalists too.
Sure,
these are all
these
people
dudes are
trained.
pros. Yeah, they're not going to do this to just anybody. This is a pro.
Right. Yeah, and it's a real thing.
Bear Grylls out on his own right now.
Right. And Bear Grylls did a show and they kind of set some stuff up.
Yeah, some of it is they've got a thing where you pick what he does on Netflix.
Yeah.
My son loves it. Like, should I jump in over this waterfall or try to climb down it? You choose, and he does both of them.
See, there. I loved the Man versus Wild shows with Bear Grylls.
Mhm.
I don't like the interactive one very much because it's way too set up.
Yeah.
But I did watch
when Man vs. Wild, when he took the burnt coals, when he caught a snake, he killed the snake, skinned the snake. He then cooked the snake, ate the snake, took the coals the next morning, put them in the snake skin that he skinned it as it was still in there, peed in it to filter out all the bad stuff, and then drank his pee. And he's like, this will work and you can do this. I don't want to do this. I'm just telling you, I don't want to do this. I'm going to do it because you can, but I don't. And then he drank it and he was yakking and gagging. It was disgusting.
That was probably the most disgusting. I remember that one
vividly. Will never forget that for the rest of my life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Never in my life. Anyway. All right. So that's our, that's what we have for the Mount Rushmore. Well done. Let's go on to the 95-96 basketball Fleer. We're going to start off with Elliot Perry. I'm going to tell you, who did Elliot Perry play for?
Elliot Perry, I'm gonna say either Philly or Phoenix.
Yeah, I've got a Phoenix in here.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Okay.
Phoenix. Okay, let's go. Sean Kemp, baby. Let's go with the lips out and everything. Look at the lips on that guy. He's blowing a kiss to somebody. And then we've got Big Glenn Robinson. Let's go, big dog. I'm loving this deck so far. And a Robert Parrish, probably the age of 999 with the Charlotte Hornets at this point in time, 95, 96.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a Wayman Tisdale. I almost said Wayne. Wayman Tisdale. This is a good pack of cards, bud. Straight on to one of my favorite coaches, Pacers coach, Nate McMillan.
Nice.
We've got a total D Mookie Blaylock. This is my era. Like these are my cards right here, baby. I'm loving this. As I say that, I don't know David Benoit.
Oh, okay. Jazz.
Yep.
Our cousin Bobby sent me I don't know, I think it was a thank you card for something, maybe after his wedding or something, and he signed it. It was from the both of them, from he and his wife, and he signed it Mookie Blaylock. The funniest guy alive.
Oh, I'm a knob. So these cards are a little different. I'm not sure what these are here.
Oh,
because these have like how tall they are. There's something to these cards. Although they just look like regular. No, there's something to them. Maybe they are regular cards. Anyway, that was David Benoit. We've got another Utah Jazz, Mr. John Stockton. We've got another John Stockton, baby. And then last but not least is the hardwood leader, Dana Barros. What did he lead the hardwood in, you ask? Well, 94-95 was a breakout season for Dana Barros, running a team uncontested for the first time in his career. Barros was one of the Sixers' only consistent scoring threats. He earned his first NBA All-Star berth, became one half of only the seventh pair of NBA teammates to record 50-point games in the same season, and paced the Sixers in scoring at 20.6 a game, assists at 7.5, tied for 11th in the NBA, and steals at 1.82 per game, 10th in the NBA. The sweet stroking point also set an NBA record by connecting on a three-pointer in 58 consecutive contests. And let me tell you something, my brother. In 95-96, that was a heck of a feat.
Yeah.
58 straight games with a three that was big time back then.
That's right. Yeah, who knows how many was it Steph that has the record now?
Yeah. 187 straight games or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. This is the stickiest pack of cards ever. I have one pack of cards left. We're going to do it after Jo Koy.
Okay.
It's the cards I'm most excited about.
Yes.
It's the 1990 Fleer. Oh, I'm super stoked.
That'd be a great way to end this podcast. So let's get on Jo Koy. His new Netflix special.
I really think we're going to be totally different. This might be the farthest we've ever been on each other. I know you're not a Jo Koy fan, so I know that is going to automatically come in on this. And all right, I'll let you go first.
His last special we watched, it was all shot in the Philippines. It was all about basically more about Filipino culture than comedy.
Mm-hmm.
This one was
stand-up.
He's always this was just complete stand-up. He was at the Forum. This was better than that one. This was better than the last one, I thought, because it didn't have just street dancing and stuff.
Yeah,
but he's not bad. He's not funny. I don't hate him. He just doesn't do it for me as far as the jokes go. He's more of a story guy.
Definitely a storyteller.
And he's got some fine stories and everything. He talks all about his mom and his his son, and how he grew up. I mean, he's doing the same sort of jokes. I mean, I know everybody has their style, but He's doing a lot of similar jokes, I feel like.
I mean, I feel like every comedian is that way. I feel like every comedian has their style, their type of joke, and what they joke about, and that's what every single one is going to be.
Yeah, with some people. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, there were a couple things that made me laugh and a little bit, but there was a lot of it that was more like motivational and like, what about how I grew up?
There was 6 minutes of that. There was 6 minutes of the motivational ridiculousness that took away. It was 6 minutes. It was 55 minutes into the session, and I counted it because I come to a comedy show. I want to hear comedy.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you tell me about how tough it was for you to get here. We all know, every one of these comedians, we talk about all the time. These guys go 20 years before they ever see a special.
Yeah.
Right. He's been doing it forever. I get that. I know you had it tough, but I don't need that. I know that you're helping people. You think you're helping people, but that's for the podcasts and for the other stuff. In my point of view, that's the one thing that brought this down for me.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the I guess maybe the style or it's some of the content too, for me, just doesn't completely do it for me. He's okay. The whole thing when he brought, the only thing I really wrote down was this Jeff Foxworthy. He was talking about getting the special.
Yeah, and no, he was talking about before that.
Getting a.
He was going on to a show. He was going on to a TV show. He was going on.
He did a set.
For a show. He's not going to tell you who it was, but yeah.
So, and he did his mother's accent, his mother's Filipino accent, and that was the note that they gave him. Maybe don't do the accent. And he said,
Jeff Foxworthy doesn't act. Yeah,
he does an
accent. Did they ever tell him that?
Right.
I get it. That was part of the 5-6 minute motivational part. I get it.
That part of it?
That was at the very end of it. Yes.
I'm like, anyway, I don't even want to get into that now. But
I'm with you. It didn't make sense. This was his time to say what he wanted to say. He took his stage and he did his thing.
Yeah.
But it was not that long. This was an hour and 15-minute special. It was about, I think it might have been 8 minutes of that kind of stuff.
Okay. I feel like there was sprinkled in throughout, though. Man, I really whistled.
You think so?
There was a little bit sprinkled in, just because it's a lot about the difficulty of how he grew up and I don't know. I feel like he mentions it a lot and he starts jokes with it and that kind of thing. But because he talks about his mom a lot and his family and all that.
Okay.
2.8.
Oh, we're so far off. It's not even funny. I gave this a 4.5. The only thing that brought it down for me was that 8 minutes of malarkey. I went back to see how long it was because I was like, all right, let's get back to it, bro. Come on. He had done 55 or 53 minutes of material before he got into that whole thing. And that's fine. It's your special. You do what you want to do. But that's the one part that brought it down. I laughed out loud this entire special. Wow. I laughed out loud the whole time. I thought I think he's a hilarious storyteller, especially with the accents, especially with his mom and then the kid stuff with the FaceTime. Listen, I FaceTime my kids 2 to 3 times a week when I'm out of town and stuff. So that stuff like resonates with me. So to hear that, and then the still on the Bluetooth in his car, that happens. Those are the stats, and those weren't even the funny parts. Like he had so many good ones, the Toto or whatever that thing is. And there were some jokes that I knew what the punchline was going to be before he got there, but they were still good. He still set them up well. I think he still knocked it down. I think his timing is good. I think he's done it for a long time and he knows what he's doing. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I'm glad you loved it. I think that's you said what I think is part of what it is for me is I think it's a little too predictable for me.
Yeah, sure. I can see that. There was some stuff that was predictable for sure.
Yeah.
I loved every second of it though. I still laughed really hard. I'm 4 point, what I said?
You said
4.5. Yeah, that's what I got written down.
Yeah.
I erased the 7 and dropped it down to a 4.5.
Oh, wow.
Just so you know. I love this guy.
Wow.
I loved this special. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. I loved it.
Good.
I wish I would have wrote some stuff down because he had some funny lines in it too. But I didn't write anything down. But I out loud laughed the entire time.
I'm so glad you liked it.
Before we pick our next stuff, though.
Yeah.
Or should we pick our next stuff and then end it with 1990 Fleer?
Let's do that.
Okay. All right. You want to go first? You got your Netflix special? Oh,
Yeah.
you already got Netflix up. That's the only reason I said that.
I already have my special. Yeah,
All right. What's the comedy special for next week, Adam?
Nick Kroll has a new special
I
out.
saw that. I knew you were going Nick Kroll. One of we might be just as far off for this one then too, brother. Actually, Nick Kroll's stand-up isn't bad. I like his stand-up. I don't like when him and
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney
You didn't like
do
Oh
a
Hello.
song and dance.
You did not like the Oh Hello
No.
guys.
No,
That's okay.
I
But
might have gave that a 1 something.
the-
Yeah, I think I might have.
I loved it. Yeah, we were totally far apart on that.
Yep. But Nick Kroll's not bad.
He's a super talented guy.
He's a very talented guy. I just hope he doesn't do more than 5 minutes of that, either a gay person or that really outlandish, like black woman or whatever he does when he does that. It's somebody. I can't do it. But when he
He's got
does
characters.
that character, it's, oh my God, I get so annoyed with that character. It's just shut up. And that's probably what he's trying to do. So it was probably working.
All right, Little Big Boy is what it's called. Little Big Boy on Netflix.
He's
Nick
too
Kroll.
over the top for me on some things, but
All right.
I'm hoping that Nick Kroll kills it. Little Big Boy. Look, this is going to be very difficult for you.
Okay.
This is going to be
I'm up
very
for the
hard
chow.
for you.
I'm up for the
We are
challenge.
going to do the Mount Rushmore of Disney songs. Now, we've already done Disney movies, I think.
No, I like this.
We're going to do the Mount Rushmore of Disney songs.
I like this.
Good. All right, good. There are
There are a lot of great
billion
Disney
of them
songs.
out there for you.
A lot of great Disney songs. Now, I can tell you already that mine are going to be from
The 80s and 90s.
80s and 90s.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I already got them. I mean, 2 of them are probably from the same movie for me.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very likely for me too. Yeah. All right. Well, next week is a whole new world. So we'll be back.
Ooh.
We'll be back there for the
Well
Mount
done.
Rushmore of Disney songs.
That was my number 1 Disney movie when we did that.
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Mine
A
too.
whole new world.
Yeah. Aladdin was great. Here we
I'm
have
so excited about this.
1990.
1990 Fleer. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so much fun. I don't even care who's in this. It doesn't even matter. All right, here we go, fellas. To start this bad boy off, you know what we got to do when it comes to Fleer. We got to do the Fleer baseball quiz. Adam, you got 4 questions.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to look at the answers. I'm going to cover up the answers.
How about
We'll
I
both
ask
do it.
you?
No.
I ask you.
Okay, you can do that.
Your
Let's
cards.
do that.
First of all, I love this because there are 4
Stickers.
team stickers
Yep.
on the other side.
Who we got sticker wise?
We have the Minnesota Twins, the New York Yankees, the Oakland A's, and the Seattle Mariners. All the old logos too.
Logos. Love the old logos. Absolutely love it.
Chris, true or false? The Yankees have won more World Series championships than any club in Major League history.
The Yankees? True.
That is true. 1 for 1. What 2 teams did the Twins defeat during the 1987 postseason?
Ooh. 2 teams that the Minnesota Twins defeated.
So that would be the
Okay.
American League Championship
Okay.
and the World Series.
Let's go Toronto. Let's go. I'm not saying that because no. Let's go.
1987.
This is a tough one, brother. 1987. Let's go. I'm gonna go. Let's go Milwaukee Brewers
Who would have been in the
in the American League at that
American
point
League
in
at that
time. That's a no, right?
That's a no.
Okay. The fact that you had to think about it and couldn't just look down at it. Minnesota Twins. I was thinking like a Molitor Yount series, maybe.
Makes sense.
Let's go 87. How about Baltimore?
No.
Oakland?
No.
All right, just give it to me.
You got in the American League was the Tigers. Your Lou Whitaker, Alan Trammell.
Cecil Fielder probably was on that team as a young buck, maybe.
And then in the World Series.
I don't even know who they beat in the World Series. Couldn't even, or who they, not in the World Series. Oh, yeah, they beat the Braves. No, 87, they beat, was it Pittsburgh? Who'd they beat? I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you.
Cardinals.
Oh, screw the Cardinals. I hate the Cardinals. That's a rough one. I didn't know any of those. That was tough. Now I gotta get my mind back in my 1990 years. All right, let's go again. Come on.
What other club entered the American League the same year as the Mariners?
Minnesota? No.
Hmm.
I don't know. Milwaukee? No. Milwaukee because they had Milwaukee Braves. This sucks. I don't know this. I don't know the answer to this at all.
It's the Toronto Blue Jays.
Blue Jays. Good for them. All right.
And last, true or false? The Athletics are the last club to win back-to-back world championships. Now, this is a question from 1990.
When the Reds won the World Series. So, sure. True.
False.
This is
New
the-
York Yankees in 77 and 78.
Right after Reds did it in 75 and 76. Okay, well, that's going to bring us to what I believe is his second year card, which is kind of a bummer. Mr. David Wells.
Ooh.
And then, my friend, we have a should-be Hall of Famer. We have the greatest home run hitter in Major League Baseball history. A very skinny Barry Bonds.
Wow, Pittsburgh Pie.
That's so awesome. Randy Bush. Couldn't tell you who Randy Bush was to save my life. Oh, Mark Eichhorn. The old sidewinder. Jim Gott. Don't know Jim Gott. Congratulations, Jim Gott. Oh, look at this young Eddie Martinez. Look at Edgar with the mustache from the early days with the Mariners. That could be a rookie card. No, he played. He only many games did he play? He only played 65 games. I think that would not be his rookie card then. It might be.
Still cool
A
card.
little scratch. Great card. Pedro Guerrero. Remember that dude? Big hitter, Pedro Guerrero. Marty Barrett. Don't know you with Boston because they sucked back then. Ozzie Guillen with the Sox. I love it. And dude, right now, this is my favorite card right off the bat. Luis Quinones. My man played every single position in one season for the Cincinnati Reds.
If you're ever playing that game where you have to go back and forth with a person and name a baseball player, if you get the cue, Luis Quinones
is the only one.
Dan Quisenberry.
Oh, there you go. I would say Luis Quinones.
Yeah.
Joe Hesketh.
Okay.
Alvin Davis.
Seattle.
How about this guy, the closer for the San Francisco Giants in 1990?
Cowboy.
The Cowboy, Jeff Brantley. That might be a rookie card, friend.
Ooh.
Giants. He was 7-1 with the Giants. He had 97 innings the year before.
Okay.
Gary Pettis.
Wow.
And last but not least, one of the ugliest men to ever walk the face of the earth. No, Mike Marshall.
Mike Marshall.
He may or may not have been in our ugliest baseball player ever competition that we did in like the very first season of the Nosebleed Sports Podcast.
That's right.
That was so long ago. We used to get a
19.
lot of votes in that stuff too. Not too bad. I wonder if we did that. Can you do polls on the FaceTube anymore?
I don't know. I feel like we stopped because they
couldn't
took
do
them
the
off.
polls anymore, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we had some good polls going there for a while.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get back. Maybe we need to figure out a way to get back into that. We need to get the polls going again. It was poll. You voted, and then it was a big bracket, and
Yeah.
that was fun.
Ugliest man in baseball.
Dude, I appreciate the present. Thank you very much. This is the coolest thing. I'm gonna have to find this thing. What's it? It's called a junk box. A junk wax box.
Full disclosure, I have gotten 2 of those. It's like one of those subscription services. You can subscribe and get one of these every month. Or you can just do one time deal. And then they have the monthly theme where this one is the mid-90s basketball. You always get 3 packs of basketball, 3 packs of baseball, 3 packs of football.
Are they always? Is it everything pre-2000?
Everything is like late 80s, early 90s.
I love that.
Unless they do a special one. Yeah, it's so perfect for guys like us who.
This is so awesome.
That was our era collecting cards.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Once in a while, I'm gonna keep getting those things probably just because it's so fun to get it and get new packs
and
and
just reminisce.
the ones you want. I mean, the era you want and everything. Yeah.
Man, when I saw that 90, I was pretty excited about that.
Because I'll tell you what, you find a baseball card store, you can't just go in there and get packs of cards from that.
Nope, definitely not.
It's getting harder and harder to find
Yes.
boxes too.
Yeah, because the guys who had like 1,000 Donruss, 86 Donruss or whatever are starting to get rid of them because they're selling them for $5 and people are jumping on that stuff. So, yeah, very difficult.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Anyway, that was fun.
Yeah, great day today.
Yep, covered a lot.
Man.
We'll have a ton of stuff next week too.
Junk wax box down. That was fun for me to open that in between everything that we did. I had a ton of fun with that.
That was awesome.
All right, brother. So yeah, what we got next week?
We've got Nick Kroll. We've got the Mount Rushmore of Disney songs. We've got Major League Baseball playoffs. We'll be in full swing there.
Actually, there'll be the first round will be done.
That's right.
That'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we'll be into the
The division series.
division series when we come up.
That's right. That's right. So very excited for that. We'll do that, and then we'll see what comes up the next week too. I'm sure we'll have some other stuff as well.
Absolutely. All right. So till next time, don't forget to turn your headlights on.